The first light of dawn painted the sky in hues of grey and purple. Evelyn stood before the ruins of the house. Dust and smoke filled the air, a testament to the battle that had raged through the night. Evelyn had come to the whispering walls to break the ancient curse. Silence hung heavy in the air, a stark contrast to the cacophony of screams. As the sun climbed higher, casting long shadows, Evelyn took a hesitant step forward. The silence was deafening. Gone were the whispers, the moans, the bone-chilling laughter that had once been the house's only voice. Evelyn could sense their absence, a void where their energy had once crackled. She walked through the remnants of what was once a grand foyer. A shattered chandelier lay in a heap on the ground, its crystals dull and lifeless. The grand staircase, once a symbol of the house's former glory, was now a jagged wooden spine leading to nowhere. A gust of wind swept through the shattered windows, stirring the ashes of the spectral fire. Evelyn watched as they danced in the air, swirling patterns of light and shadow. Above, the sky was a clear, brilliant blue, a stark contrast to the darkness that had clung to the house for so long. But for Evelyn, a sense of melancholy lingered. Evelyn stopped before a familiar sight. A large, ornate mirror, now cracked down the middle, lay propped against a fallen beam. It had been the heart of the curse, its silvered surface reflecting not images, but the twisted desires of the spirits trapped within. She had seen their faces in its depths, felt their pain as her own. She reached out, her fingers tracing the jagged line of the crack. Fragments of her own reflection stared back, her eyes shadowed, her face pale.
It's over. You're free.
The words hung in the air, a promise kept, a burden lifted. Yet a part of her mourned the loss of the house. It had been a place of darkness, yes, but also a place of strange, unsettling beauty. Within its walls, she had confronted her own fears, faced the echoes of her past.
Despite the victory, a sense of unease clung to me. The house may have fallen, the spirits freed, but the darkness felt different now. It wasn't gone, not entirely. It felt changed.
She picked her way through the debris, her gaze scanning the ruins. There, beneath a fallen rafter, she saw it. A single black rose, its petals as dark as midnight, lay untouched amidst the destruction. It was a chilling reminder that while the curse was broken, the evil that had birthed it was not so easily extinguished.
I knew, with a certainty that chilled me to the bone, that the darkness would wait.
She picked up the rose, its stem surprisingly strong despite the destruction around it. Holding it carefully, she whispered a word of ancient power, a binding spell learned from her grandmother.
I stood for a long moment, the black rose a tangible weight in my hand. The rising sun cast long shadows across the ruined house. The whispers were gone, but the echoes of their pain lingered. Looking around one last time, I knew this was not the end. The darkness I had faced here was just a single tendril of something vast and ancient.
The wind picked up, whipping her cloak around her. It carried the scent of rain, of earth, and something else. She tucked the black rose into her bag, its presence a cold weight against her side. With a final glance back at the ruins of the whispering walls, Evelyn turned and walked away. The rising sun cast her long shadow before her, stretching it out across the ruined gardens, a dark silhouette against the promise of a new day. The house may have fallen, but its story was far from over. It would live on in the whispers of the wind, in the shadows that stretched long at sunset, and in the haunted depths of her own heart. Each step away from the ruins was a step toward an uncertain future. She had stared into the abyss, and the abyss had stared back. She carried the weight of its gaze within her, a heaviness that no amount of sunlight could banish. The whispers might be silenced, the spirits at peace, but the darkness remained. Evelyn walked toward the dawn, her silhouette swallowed by the growing light. She did not look back. Pause 2S. Stay tuned for a new story and the upcoming secret released weekly. If you enjoyed this gripping tale, don't forget to subscribe, like, and turn on notifications.